and welcome back to another wonderful episode of How Do You Even Bow to Blood? And in this wonderful episode, I'm going to be going through the controls, the management system, and how to be a good airship pilot in this game. Because it's a really tight experience, and it's one of my favourite VR experiences to come back through, simply because it is such a nice, polished and finished thing. However, the controls are a little bit difficult to get your head around, and it took me a few goes to do it. So I thought I'd come in and do another episode of this to show you the hard bits, so that you don't have to go and bash your head against a wall learning to do it yourself. I've already done it for you. They're not that difficult, but it's obviously you've got your two hands. You can play it with a controller, but the controls on a controller are a bit simpler. So I thought I'd go through the Move controller controls, which is the only way to play, in my opinion. To start with, I'm going to tell you about how to manage your crew, because you've got two of them. You've got this guy down here, and where's our lady? Is she on the turret? She's on the turret. So if you have someone on the turret and you go up to somebody, she'll start shooting because she's on the turret. And what else is she going to do? If you have somebody on shields, he will boost up this. This outside blue bar is your shield, and each section is in that direction. So the front shield is obviously that section. This section here is over there. It also has its own amount of health. So you've got an amount of hull in each section as well. So north, east and west. If you have somebody over on sensors, you click them with the thumb button, by the way, the middle thumb button, and then you can click where you want to go. If you put that there, he'll bring up extra things on our HUD. So all of these were there a second ago, but more of them will come up. You get different markers, beacons, special objectives. That'll all come up by putting someone onto sensors. If we put him over onto drone control, where are they? There we go. You get this little guy. He'll be sent out to other ships where he'll attack them, cause them damage. He'll steal bits of health, try to lower their shield, do all the little fiddly things that maybe you might consider sort of space intrusion, try to lower their own shields, hack into the system. That's Drone Boy. And if you want to go a bit faster, you put them onto engines. Engines is my favourite because it fills up this bar at the front. Obviously you've got them on the right and on the left, although that's the other way around over here. And if I press forwards, the arrows light up and we start moving forwards. And to do that, you click triangle. Triangle is forwards, and then you click circle, and that brings you back down. Click it again and you go backwards. However, now we move on to the management of this wonderful desk that we have in front of us. If you click on these, which are your sort of, how do I put this, your batteries, these are basically, supposedly in-game, it's all powered by your body, so they've all got little blood drips on them. But if we put all of these first into our engines, this bar here starts filling up, as you can see. It's got these orange bits at the bottom, and now it's filling up here. And it should be doing the same here, so you've got these two red bars. That's these two, and then you've got the top one, which is now filled. And if I press and hold triangle, which is forwards, we get a boost, and we go super quick. Next, once you've got the hang of boosting and getting up some speed in the world, you want to be able to use some proper guns. So if you put all of your batteries over here, you can start powering up this one. And these are your different weapons. These are listed here. So you've got an infinite amount of RP tracking cannons. Then you've got beamfire cannons, nova bombs, and of course a homing missile. Homing missiles are probably the simplest to use because obviously you just lock on and fire. To use your secondary fire, because shooting is a different part of this, use R2, which is the trigger. So trigger on the right uses the right hand cannons, trigger on the left uses the left hand cannons, and if you go straight and forwards, you get the sort of laser, which does more damage. I think the laser's basically slightly higher damage, but it's at a longer range. These, however, are a beast up close, as you would expect. Now, it would have been a perfect example. Did he die? Or spin us round? Yes, he died. There goes his shattered pieces onto the floor. Now, if you are being attacked, the next thing on your list will be your shields, which is the far left. Obviously, you don't have to put all of these into the one bar. You can have them sort of mixed around. But for our sake, I'm just going to put them all into save charge. And we're being attacked. Even better timing. So you're being attacked, you don't know what to do, put them all into there, and you press and hold X. And that gives you overshield, which protects you for a short period of time. You can do this quite a few times as long as you've got these bars full, and that allows you to sort of dodge a bit of incoming fire and live that little bit longer, which is what all good sky captains do. Hey, look at those. They're even homing. See, because they're homing, we'll put him over onto sensors, and that should allow him to jam some of the homing missiles and things. Doesn't always work, because I think these specific ones are like, they're more bullet heli, so they're not really tracking rockets. Oh, look, he's leaving mines. There are all sorts of things to keep your eye out for in this game, because almost every single bad guy has a unique set of abilities and things which you can attack and they'll defend against. That one specifically had a shield bubble all the way around it, but a lot of them have shields on the front or shields on the back. They're very, very fast, they leave mines, they use lasers. It's actually a very varied game. Variation of the enemies, looking for different tasks. It's not all even shooting, there's lots of races, all sorts of challenges. Last but not least, let's put all of these over to the smart drone and move you back over there. Hopefully lady on the turret at front will deal with them. Put the shield up though while we can. There we go, no need to dart. Excuse me, you want to back away please? There we go, and there goes Drone Dude. He'll go off, do a bit of damage, hopefully steal some shit. There we go, look at him just bouncing off. Quite cool that. He'll distract him, hopefully do a little bit of damage and lower the shields, allowing us to get a couple of hits in. However, I'd really rather he came over here. There we go. He'll always attack whichever one you've got locked onto, which is a really handy thing, allowing you to get a few hits in. Awesome when it comes to some of the bosses in this. The drone is invaluable. And although we haven't been attacked by any drones, should you be attacked by any drones yourself, you come down here to your sidearm where you will have a gun. Tracking in this game is actually amazing. Some of the best tracking ever. It looks very much like I expect Borderlands will look in the very near future, which will also be on the channel ASAP once that's out. But if a drone comes along, you shoot this, and you will be able to take the drones out and carry on your merry way. But I don't think there are any that are going to come out of thin air, so you might have to go and check out one of the episodes on our main series to see all of this in action. And last but not least, by letting our advanced weapons charge up for a little while, we've gotten one homing missile. So you click that, and that swaps out what you've got on the front. These two sidearm sections will then swap out for whatever tool you've chosen. For us, I normally go with this, which is just the regular infinite cannons. To use them, you pull right trigger and left trigger, bring that in, and we should be able to lock on and fire. There we go, then you let go, and off go a couple of rockets, specifically to that destination. Not so useful in that scenario because he's got a shield. However, if we swap to our homing missile and do the same thing, they are much more damaging and tend to go around the back of things. Obviously, there are a great number of different weapons which will probably be more fun to explore in your own time, and I don't really want to spoil all the little ins and outs of this. For instance, down here we've taken some damage. If you want to fix that, you would grab one of your members, throw them into that section of the ship, and they'll jump in and heal it. Obviously, whilst that's happening, they can't be of any use. The entire section isn't working, so there are now no shields at all. But once they come back up, they'll be fully charged and all good to go. The final thing to know about in this game is if you ever come across a wall like this, fear not, because there are two options. Not just can you go up, quite a long way actually, up over almost any obstacle that you might come across. Never be afraid to go up and over, but likewise, don't be afraid to go down either. Air? Wait, there's air? Yes, of course there is. Well, if you come under the area, you get into this smoke, which basically acts as Sky Pirate water, I suppose. It's actually one of my favourite effects in VR, and you get to go sort of under here. There is a whole world under here, so never be afraid of the fog. It's one of those games which really pushes you to try and go out of your comfort zone. It's really nice to play, and you should go out and explore it all for yourself. Thank you very much for joining me this time for this glorious episode of How Do You Even Do Bow to Blood in VR. I really hope it's helped. If there's anything you really want to know or any details that I've missed or you think I should cover, do let me know and I'll probably do another video on this soon. If you're interested in how to play any of Skyrim, check out our How Do You Even Skyrim VR, which covers all the controls in there using a bow and arrow, how walking works, because games where you walk with move controllers without an analog stick is a little different, but nothing you can't get your head around because you're all very clever people. I'm probably going to die if I don't get on top of this soon. My shield is dropping very fast, so thank you very much for joining me this time. Please like, subscribe, leave that wonderful comment down below, and we'll see all you glorious people in the next wonderful episode of How Do You Even VR?
Goodbye.